So in solving the two variables of linear equations, we have different methods that we can use. So for today's, I will teach you how to solve using substitution method. So the first things that we need to do is to isolate the variable, which is the x is equal to y plus 1. So the second one is plug this expression for x into the equations. To find x, substitute y is equal to 1 back into the isolated variables, which is x is equal y plus 1. And that's it. So, we can also use a scientific calculator to solve it easily. Just enter their respective value. So for the example, we have here 3x plus 2y is equal to 8 and x minus y is equal to 1. We need to put the respective value in the calculator. The 3 equal 2 equal 8 equal. Then for the second equations, we will use the 1 equal negative 1 equal 1. So we use the equal to enter our variables. And that's it. We need to double press the equal to show the value of x and y. So the first things that we need to do is to isolate the variables to solve the equation 1. For the x is equal to 5 minus y. So the second one is to plug these expressions for x into equation. So now, for the value of x, the things that we need to do is to substitute the y is equal to 2 back into the isolated variables, which is the x is equal to 5 minus y. So now, we will find out that the value of x and y is 3 and 2. So for the better understanding of using the scientific calculator solving in two variables of linear equation, here's another examples. X plus y is equal to 5 and x minus y is equal to 1. So the first things that we need to do is to enter the 1 because x is equal to 1. Then y is equal to 1, so that we put that 1 equal 1 equal 5 equal, and for the second equation is we use the 1 equal negative 1 equal 1. So negative 1 because x minus y, so negative y is equal to negative 1. So then we need to press the equal sign to show the value of x and y. That is the final answer. So now, let's move in solving three unknown variables of linear equations using the substitution methods. So the first things that we need to do is to isolate the variables to solve the equation number 2, which is x is equal to y minus z. So we need to substitute that into the equation number 1. So the second one is to substitute the x. And the next step that we need to do is to substitute the y is equal to 3 into the equation 4 that we made before. So the last equation that we need to do in solving these three unknown variables of linear equation is to substitute y equal 3 plus z is equal to 2 into the expression for x, or for x, quantity of x is equal to y minus z. Then And for the final solutions, we get that the value of x, y, z is equals to 1, 3, and 2. So for the example number 1, I have here 2 plus y is minus the z is equal to 3. The second equation is the x minus y plus z is equal to 0. And the last equation is the x plus y plus z is equal to 6. Later, we put them as 2 equal y equal negative 1 y minus z, so that negative 1 is the value of z. Then 3 equal 1 equal negative 1, because the value of negative 1 is x minus z, is x minus y. And 1 equal 0 equal 1 equal 1 equal 1 equal 6, so that we need to press it again, the equal sign, twice or double, to show us the value of the three unknown variables of the linear equations that we have not gets. So I have here another examples for better understanding. So the second example that I have here is x minus y plus z is equal to 4. 2x plus y minus 3z is equal to negative 9. X plus y plus z plus is equal to. Things that we need to do in solving these given unknown variables is to isolate the variables, which is the y is equal to minus x minus z. Then substitute it into equation 1. So the third step that we need to compromise in this equation is to substitute y and x from the equation 4 into equation 2. So the question is, worst comes from the equation 4. The equation 4 is the equal that. So the equation 4 is the equal of the steps number 1 and 2 that we did before. So to find x, we will use the equation 4. And to find y, we use the equation number 3. now, for the final answer, it gives us that the value of xyz is the 1/5, -1, and 14/5. -1 equal 1 equal 4. 2 equal y equal -3 equal -9 equal 1 equal 1 equal 1 equal 2 equal. So again, we need to press the scientific calculator's equal sign twice to show us the final solution of xyz. So for the last example that I will give you in solving three unknown variables of linear equation in this video tutorial, the first things that we need to do is, you're right, it is the isolate the variables. So the second one is the substitute it into the equation number 2. So, to find the value of x, we need to substitute that y is equal to 2 into equation number 4. So, to find the value of z, we need to substitute the value of x and y to an equation, which x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Alright, so for the last examples, the final solution that we get is the value of x, y, and z is the 1, 2, and 3. Next, we have x plus y plus z is equal to 6, 2x minus y plus z is equal to 3, and x plus 2y minus z is equal to 2. So again, we the calculator as 1 equal 1 equal 1 equal x equal 6. 2 equal 1 equal 3 equal 1 equal 2 equal 1 equal -1 equal 2. So again, we need to press in scientific calculator equal sign twice to show the solutions. Again, we need to find the solutions. So, to end this video tutorial, I hope that everyone watching these videos is learn a lot about solving the two variables and three unknown variables of linear equations. So, I hope it helps us to understandings It helps us to build a more comprehensive understandings using the substitution methods into linear equations and also the three variables. So again, I'm Rhea J. S. Cortez from BSE 3C,